Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today I'm going to review how I actually designed my own gas can nozzle. Just a nice little short spout. It's about 10 inches long, and it's going to make it a lot easier for me because you just can't buy gas can nozzles so easily that aren't made real cheesy. So I'm going to show you over here on the bench. I'm going to show you how I did it. And this is all using PEX plumbing, plastic PEX plumbing fittings and PEX pipe, or otherwise known as shark bite fittings. So let's see how you put this together. Well, let's start off right here. This is enough just to make one complete nozzle itself. So you got these two PEX rings, you got this right here, and you got the cap, and you need one of these, and that's going to be it right there. So let's go over to this side. This is for another set. The only thing I'm using is this JB Weld plastic bonder. Awesome stuff. You just two-piece epoxy, you mix it together, and it does a great job. So what am I building? I'm building one of these. Now, I just can't go to my store and buy these anymore. Plus, you could tell, look how cheesy this is, right? And this is for my gasoline and diesel containers. And you could see how this is made here. And you see that little ring? Well, that little ring is this ring right here. And it's going to go on there. I'll show you how that goes. So this is the purpose of the whole video, is to make yourself one of these. And it's got a nice little cap on the end as well. Now, what is the problem with the gas cans today? Because this is a Weedco. They don't make Weedcos anymore. They're out of business. Now we've got this Scepter. So this is it right here. So when you take this out, you got this thing. And guess what? If you got gasoline or diesel in there, it's dripping all over the place already, right? So I'm going to show you on the bench how you use this here to match up how to make one of these. So I'll show you right now. So the first thing you have to do is, now they don't make these anymore, but what you have to do is you have to take this ring off. You can see I've taken this one off already and put it over here. And I went with stainless steel washers. Now the washer that I found worked great for this one. You see it matches exactly, and it matches the width as well. I went with stainless steel washer because, well, it matches the same width and it doesn't rust. Now this is a 1.5 inch outside diameter with a 5/8 inside. So you see how this matches perfectly right here? So now all I have to do is put this on here. Actually, it will be on this one here, on the finished piece. I'm going to show you how I did this finished piece, but you can see like there is a difference between the diameter of the old one and the new one. So if you take, for instance, if you want to make one for an older Weedco or whatever size you have, you just match it up. So I mean, this ring just comes off like this, and you just match your washer to fit the exact same as this one. Now this one here is pretty close, but it's not quite there. So in this particular situation here, I'd have to go with a little bigger washer, or see if this one here would actually fit, which I haven't tried. But this one here fits perfectly. And this is the Scepter gas tank nozzle. So fits nice, right? Okay, so let's go over here and I'll show you how this was all designed. Okay, this piece right here, if we take a good look at it there, you can see how it's been modified. I'll show you how I did that. And all I did really was I took the fitting, which is the 3/4 inch shark bite. I put lots of the epoxy on the back side, put it in here like this. Now you see it's not going to sit flush like this, so you just got to cut off the two ears on the one side and then epoxy it on the bottom side. So when you get to this piece right here, if I could just give you a close up there, you could see. You see how I just used my abrasive disc and cut it off, and you see how much I epoxied it on there. I just sanded it off, and you see these two slots? Well, that's when you got your gas tank nozzle all the way to the bottom. You're not going to have a bunch of gas sitting here. So all I use is my chainsaw file just to file a couple of slots So when you tip up the gas can, well, it gets all the gas out, right? Okay, so there we go right there. So now this pipe come in a 5-foot section for $5. So you could make 6 10-inch nozzles. This fitting was $2, $2. The washer was $2. This piece here was $2. So you could make this whole thing, and the rings are cheap if you got the rings, for about $10. Now, if you go shopping around for these things, they're pretty cheesy, and yeah, they're around $10 too. And I think this is far superior using this pipe. And let's get to it, and I'll show you how this is put together. First of all, you put the rings on. Now, if I just get this ring on here, there we go. And you put this piece on the end here. Slide the ring all the way to the end like this. Now this is an automatic stop for it, so you can't make a mistake. Put this ring on here. And as you can see, this here is going to go in here. Slide the ring on. There you go. Now we have to put this rubber washer on, and it just kind of slides over here. And you can buy these as well online. You know, the replacement rubbers, like these gasket seals. There you go, just like that. Now, that wasn't too hard to do. Here's the cap, fits on here like this. And all I have to do now is crimp it. So let's take a look and see how that works. Because you can see this here like this. So it just goes this end here, this end here. And now all I'll have to do is crimp it. So let's show you how that's done. So just move this stuff out of the way. And you just put it in your crimper. Line it up. Let me just get it all inside here. And there's one crimp. Put the other one in here. Line it up. Oh, I better get it straight now. And that's it right there, crimped right on. So how does this fit on? There we go. So there it is right there. And you can see how that seals in there like this. And I'll take my gas can. And that is it right there. So let's take a look and see how that looks. So there it is right there. Now from here to here is a little bit longer than 10 inches. But that's the length that I wanted. It's nice and sturdy, it's firm, and you know, you can really crank it down and it doesn't leak. So this is a great alternative for $10 if you have the plumbing supplies and all that kind of stuff. And it is far superior than one of these that you have to pull out all the time, thread back in, and you know, you just can't leave this open. You know, so I mean, I see a lot of people just running rags over top of it, but you know what? That's not the right way to do it. And if you take the end here, yeah, the diameter of this on the end is identical to the diameter on the end of this. And this is a nice little cap on the end here, and you could see, there you go right there. I think this is a great idea. Well, you let me know what you think. Now, I built, this is my third one now, so I got enough to build one more. And I think it is a pretty good idea. And the only thing you have to remember with this PEX pipe is you can't leave this out to the sunlight. So if you just spray this outside, the whole outside piece here, just some regular rattle can spray, black or whatever color you want, it just protects it from the UV light. This is only supposed to be outside for UV light for 30 days. So if you just take some cheap, you know, can of spray paint and just spray the plastic on the outside here, well, that protects it from the UV rays. But I think that is a terrific thing for like under 10 bucks. You can't go wrong, and this is a lot better than, well, anything you can buy off of the internet, right? This nice cap here on the end, I just got that in the, I bought everything here off of Home Depot. And the cap on the end here is from the next aisle over, from the plumbing, where it's all the fittings for water sprinklers and that kind of stuff. And this is all national pipe thread. And you know, I think this is just ideal. You know, it's got a nice cap on the end, and it's not like a cheesy, there's nothing like cheesy plastic stuff. And what I found a lot of times with these units here is in between the ribs there, they crack. Because of course, you know, you're kind of leaning on it a bit sometimes, and in between the ribs they crack, and then what do? You got to throw it out. So, you guys let me know what you think. And thanks for joining me here today. If you haven't seen this channel before, you're welcome to subscribe. Come back again and see some interesting, I think this is a little bit of a hack, eh? Or an invention, something like that. I like it. Let me know what you think. Cheers.